Here, I don't have it in front of me yet.
Albus and Ed.
Albus and Ed?
Yep.
Ed Rankin?
Here.
Okay.
Thank you.
First item of business, the Central Street Sewer.
So you have a bunch of information in here about the 350 feet of sewer line from Broadway up that's in bad shape that needs to be replaced. And we have one thing which is an estimate, a project estimate from Oliver, and then you have some information from Maine Water if we did something different. I met with the representatives from Maine Water this morning because there's a clause in our contract with Maine Water that allows them to do other things for us and then bill us for this, time and materials, etc. But if it's something like this where there'd be another contractor involved, there's an additional 10% added on to that because they do the administration, and it didn't seem reasonable to me that we should have to pay an additional 10% on the cost of a contract because somebody else was doing one that we were. But Oliver's estimate is way higher than the other one. And so I talked to Maine Water, and then I talked to Oliver, and the only way to determine the cost of the project is to have it designed and bid it. And so what I'm really looking for is permission to have this project designed, and then we'll bid it and see what the outcome is, because there wouldn't be an additional 10% on. I know, and we have it in our information, that a local contractor is interested in doing it and has given us a reasonable estimate, but it has to be designed before we can nail it down. And so what I'm hoping that the committee will consider is allowing this to be designed, particularly if we're going to pursue Central Street, because this work would need to be done before we did anything to take that over from the state.
How long would that take to have it designed?
They could have that done within a couple of weeks.
Okay.
This is an existing line with, I think they said, 9 entrances on it. But there's also a significant infiltration problem coming in that region, whether it's from Woodland Heights, wherever it comes from. It needs to be cameraed as part of this to see that when they're replacing it, and this is the time to do it, because when that's all open, if they can figure out where that infiltration is coming from, even if we couldn't fix it right now, we would know what the source of it was. And I asked if it's a line replacement, why does it cost so much to design something that's already in the ground? And the answer was that in doing the survey and doing the elevations, there's a possibility that some of what's in the ground isn't at the right depth or the right something in order for it to operate the way it really should. So that's why we have to have it designed again. And but Maine Water is also installing water lines during that same process, and if they did that, then could piggyback inspection of that with this project without additional cost. Yeah. So that's some savings there as well.
And they're going to run a new water line? Because one doesn't go up there, does it, right now?
Well, they're doing water line there. Yeah. Well, they're doing a water line project. Is it in that area, Jay, or is it? Because they said they would be doing a water line project at the same time and could do inspection on both. Now maybe I'm wrong and it's not that area, but that they did.
Well, they talked potential of another small section on Franklin Street, but I mean, if they're in the neighborhood, they can monitor both projects. But I don't
Well, I don't, I don't
Anything
either,
water
but
line.
there are two projects that would be going on at the same time that they said that they could do monitoring of both. But it would be in this construction season that the project would happen, so to allow for whatever needed to happen to Central Street overall before the town got it, happening in '23.
So we're just looking for a motion to recommend design.
To recommend, to design this, it's not committing any more than the design costs.
I make a motion to recommend design.
Second?
All in favor? Opposed? The next item is sidewalk plow.
That would be you.
Well, we're due this year for replacement of one of our sidewalk machines. We bought a different type of machine 5, almost 6 years ago. It's like a little miniature loader. Everyone's seen it running around on the sidewalks. It's turned out to be the best thing we ever did. It does, I can't tell you how many different things it will do instead of the old type machine we used to use that you could plow snow with. And so, it was a test because it seemed like it was going to be an awesome thing. It turns out it was an awesome thing, and half the cost of buying one of those old trackless machines. This machine, the price has gone up just like everything else has, but it's still considerably, or it's probably $50,000 cheaper than buying one of those old style machines that we really don't want to see. But since Matt and I have been hounding different vendors in the state, not just this particular brand, but anyone that can provide us one that was comparable or that could compete with it. And there really isn't anything else out there. And the dealer up in Old Town finally, this past month, nailed down 4 units from the factory that will show up this year sometime. And there's one left available. And he says, I know you guys have been hounding me. He goes, but there's already 3 people have committed. They've already committed. So here we are. And this machine, the first one we bought had, I don't know, must have had 6 different attachments that came with it. This one, we don't need all those, obviously, because those things will fit on a new machine. But for me, it's like it's an open and shut case. Like this is an opportunity to get it. They don't know when you would be able to order this year's model to come in. They said there's nothing to even foresee when that is. So that is where we're at in a nutshell.
Any questions for Jay?
Any questions?
How many do we have now, Jim?
We have this one, and we have the oldest trackless machine we still have hanging out in mothballs, and it needs a tremendous amount of work to be
Beyond selling.
to be on duty. So this here would put us in a good spot. We've used this new machine, well, the whacker we have now. We have used it to the fullest extent of what it was designed to do. I mean, it was not necessarily designed to like push that shoulder machine with 10-wheel dump trucks full of gravel. I mean, it is right at the very end of what it's designed to do, and it did it. And we've done, I mean, you've seen the miles and miles of road we've gotten done with it, and it's worked out fine. So this new machine actually has a upgraded engine package. It's moved to a Yanmar diesel instead of a Perkins. They're claiming that this is going to be a far better setup for emissions and whatnot. So this would put us in a good spot with this machine we have will then last us another 5 years easily as a backup to this new machine that can take the lead.
the cost of these two together, this one and the last one, is just a little over what one of the
Yes, actually,
old
yes.
single-use machines would have been,
Yeah.
the articulating track was.
Yep. And actually, a lot of the cost increase has come to the snow blower unit itself that has gone up. I think he said it was a little over $4,000 or $5,000 it's gone up for just that attachment to go on it. But snow blowers, they seem like they're designed to tear themselves apart. Like they take an awful lot of wear. You wouldn't think snow would wear things out, but it does terribly. Just the
That
abrasiveness
and
of it.
as a public service announcement, the stuff that gets left on sidewalks, it
Oh yeah,
books. I mean, when there's snow on it, you can't see it till you run over it.
yeah.
So, books. A book took the whole chute out. And,
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, we were running up in or down in the townside area, and someone had left a bag of like library books that looked like or textbook type things, and yeah, we didn't even know
in
it
a
was there.
package
And
that said,
it's
I
seized up
found
and-
these on the sidewalk and
tear
it
a phone
was
book.
raining, so they put them in a plastic thing and left them on the
We
sidewalk.
put it
and
back
then
in the sidewalk. And
it snowed all
did us
over
a
them,
favor,
and we didn't.
So that, and this year alone, we've broken down, well, pretty near every storm we've gone out, we've broken down due to debris and things. Like, we picked up, well, pieces of people have picked off the walls, the old sections that haven't been done. We've sucked those in. You know, a random chunk, a curb or something, and those get plowed up onto the sidewalk. You just don't know they're there. Picked up a frozen porcupine. It was dead.
Nice.
Plugged it right up and dislodged the chain, and I mean, it was quite a bit of work to get things put back together. So that's really the only thing that we struggle with, is just the stuff we don't know is under the snow.
And that's always going to happen.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's never going to stop. But no, this setup has been far better than we expected it to be.
Motion to suggest to the council, motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor? Thanks, Jay.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?